I realized something about myself today. I've spent my whole life trying to get it right so I could do what I was sent here to do in this world, which is share the truth that I have found about health care, self care, ways to help have a happier, healthier life. I have kind of rejected this assignment because I thought, my skin wasn't tight enough, um, whatever, my voice was a little shaky, whatever I thought at the time of day that I was beginning to do this. And today I discovered one of the things about me, I'm a doctor of natural medicine, acupuncture, doctor of oriental medicine. And I'm also a reverend because I understand that I have the job of helping you discover that you are responsible and that the healing that occurs in you is going to occur because you allow yourself to release what is in the way of your Creator coming into you and providing you with a total connection with your divine self that is Him in you. Wow. That has been, what I just said has been said in so many different ways, and it's been interpreted and disinterpreted and criticized, and don't say Christ is in me. There's so much disagreement in the world about the basic nature of our Creator that we never get around to letting Him in, or we spend all our time defending Him and protecting how we see it. So I notice now that there are a lot of doctors who are sending out notices that they have discovered the truth about this and the truth about that. And it got me thinking, what is the truth about anything? I mean, we fought wars over what each different person thought was truth and what that one thought was not truth, and the conflict and the disagreement and the uncertainty about, I don't want to believe what they believe, I want to believe what I believe, and it's a struggle for control and power and survival. And so I began to think about, well, what is truth? Why are we having so much trouble with this topic of what's truth? And we have people taking other countries and convincing them that their truth is the only truth and their way is the only way and their name for God is the only name for God. And so the world lives in chaos because we can't agree on the fact that each person is different. And allow them to be that way. Allow them to have their own truth. I think if we did, we wouldn't have so much anger at not being able to express ourselves as who we are, but having to express ourselves the way other people are demanding that we express ourselves. So you said a little child, sit down. The child doesn't want to sit down, right? All right, he doesn't want to sit down. You say, okay, I know you don't want to sit down, but you have to sit down today, I understand. You want to stand up. I worked for a while for the U.S. military school systems in Europe as a school health educator. And I would go into the classrooms and I would sit down with, or stand up with the children and ask them to tell me, what's on your mind today? And it was strange and beautiful things that they came up with because they knew they had permission to express their truth with me without being whipped, judged, persecuted, condemned, hung, or any of the other radical responses we give to people. So the fact is, when you take an herb, like let's take the herb hawthorn berry, which is one of the berries for heart conditions. And we said the truth about hawthorn berry, and people will go on for hours saying we researched it at so and so medical school, which always is one of the best in the country, and we have come to the truth about it, that it works for heart disease. Now, the thing is, everyone is different. Everyone has a different response to everything. And everyone's body and mind and spirit can tolerate only what each of us can tolerate. And when we can't tolerate something, even though it is classified as good for this or good for that, it may or may not be good for you. So I have spent my life learning how to figure out what in each person is good for that person. What will activate in that person what they need to have activated to allow the energy in their body to flow. Now, I treated a girl, and I've treated her a long time ago, but she came back and she says, I want to do your energy work. Okay, I understand. And when I gave her something to take, she called me and said she only wants to do energy work. And so I have the job of understanding and educating people that everything we do is a consumption of energy. And well, each body has its own special, unique requirements. And sometimes there are many ways to meet these requirements. And I think it's a good idea to meet them as much as possible just using energy tactics, energy amplifying techniques. Now, energy is another thing that is poorly understood in this world, that it is the flow of energy and the strength of the energy and the integrity of the flow of the energy that actually keeps us strong and well. So the most important thing we have to ask ourselves before we take or do anything is, how is this going to affect my energy? One reason I'm doing this video is because when I get right down to the bottom line of who I am and what I'm here to do, talking to you like this is what I'm here to do. It's my given mission. I'm happy doing it. That's one way I know. My energy goes up. I feel better because I'm doing what is right for me to do. Now, the important thing is, not only does everybody have something that's right for them to do, say, think, feel, see, and be, but everybody has a different, unique correction for each impediment to the function of an organ, a gland, a cell, an eye, an ear, hair growing, teeth being strong. And when we take time and focus to discover what that impediment is, release the impediment, and give the body what it needs to become activated, to get to flow, do its job, then we have met the challenge of healthcare. And each person is different. There really isn't a prescription for anything. That is across the board truth. As there is no definite truth that is truth for everyone. Everyone's truth is their truth. Now, I can tell you that I know a lot of people function way outside of their truth, or what is the best truth for them to function in, to have optimal, healthy flow. However, what they're expressing now is their truth. Maybe they're expressing rage. That's their truth right now. Maybe they're expressing unconsciousness and unemployment, and that's their truth right now. So we have the opportunity to become tolerant, patient, accepting, and nurturing about our differences, and not demand that everyone see the world the way we see it. Not demand that everyone conform to our idea of what's best. Wow, that's a big challenge, isn't it? So that's the work of becoming healthy, is learning to meet that challenge. And the challenge of releasing everything in ourselves that keeps us from expressing our ultimate truth. The truth of our divine plan that we were born to fulfill. The best possible expression of who we are. I remember when my mother, who was a brilliant teacher, first grade teacher, she taught phonics and she could teach any kid to read. She didn't teach me, so I have met my challenges for reading, and they linger much more than those people she taught. And when she was retiring, she said, you know, I always felt like I should go to the county and offer to train all the teachers in teaching with phonics, phonetically. And I said, Mother, I wish you would. She didn't. But she taught me the importance